So this morning went to open the side door, which we've been having some intermittent issues with the door opening. So I figured just start the van and then kind of go from there. And I tried to start the van and then just cycled through like 100 different errors. And now it's completely dead. And I can't even move the seat to spin it around because that requires some power seats. So,
have we mentioned that we really don't want to make another video about van problems? Are you not upset about the chair not turning around, Dash? Is it fun to play in? Yeah, this is the door not opening. This is also the door not opening. Let's see if... Yeah, and it says that's locked. So it said it's unlocked. But you still can't open the door manually. So when Daniel says intermittent issues, the reason we haven't talked about the door yet is because we think that the door problem is associated with what we think is a dead battery associated with hail damage from our solar panels, which we're going in 2 days to drop off the van to get hail damage stuff fixed. So considering we feel like we've complained a lot about the van, we just, haven't really talked about it. Are you like loose sawing over there?
I'd say we're stuck for now until we figure this out. So there's that.
So one of the beautiful truths about being married to Daniel is that he hardly ever gets really, really frustrated. So when he does, we try to balance that out and I become the problem solver. So here's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. I'm thinking that we need to clear all of the junk out of the front, like we were gonna move the van, and go find a really nice camper and see if they'll try to jump us. Maybe that would help. What are you thinking, Dee?
Thinking, well, there's 2 chassis batteries in this Mercedes on top of all of the other battery thingamajiggies we have with the Volta system, but
you got jumper cables.
And I don't think the dead battery has anything to do with the solar panel, although that would help to recharge it, because we haven't even used it or driven anywhere or anything. We have 2 batteries and I think they're both dead, so that's, I don't really know.
Go find a nice camper.
We knew we were having some issues with one of the batteries already.
One thing to note is we actually have had the van sitting still for the last 7 days. We're at this really cute little campground and everything is in walking and running distance. So we just have not moved it. But let's check that battery panel. This is our system associated with the Volta and the E1. So it's at 100% because we've been on shore power. But see this chassis battery? There's 2 of those and it usually blinks back and forth. So that's the one we've known had a problem. But let's see what happens if it blinks. Because usually it blinks over to show the second one. Not blinking. Maybe if I tap it. No, nothing's happening there. So maybe Daniel's right. Maybe both of the batteries are basically dead and both on 0.9, hence why it's not blinking. Looks like to get outside, we're going to be doing some van gymnastics because we can't get out the side door right now. And this is basically it. Sliding through the front door. This is really not what we were planning on doing today. Yeah. I also don't think I would have realized before we got the van that being on shore power literally just powers the Airstream part of it and can't do us any good for the chassis batteries, which maybe that's just like an example of my ignorance about how cars work, but I still think it's interesting. But it is a ridiculously beautiful morning. How pretty is this place? And we're in Quincy, California. So basically we're like 3 hours north of Sacramento, which is where we're planning to go today if we can ever get the van to start.
Weird stuff, that's for sure. So you can see here the windshield wipers are off. Yet they are not.
We obviously need one of these. All right, so our really nice neighbor had that cool little box that is supposed to be able to jump anything. Tried it twice, no luck. So poor Daniel, he's really frustrated, which I do not blame him. So he decided we should take a walk, but I'm not sure what kind of mood he's gonna be in to talk. So I figured I'd at least give you the 411. And, well, I don't really know what we're gonna do from here. Hi, Daniel.
I just need to go for a walk. Might be a little crack in my Disney right now. But I'm doing my best. Doing my best. It's just a van. It's just a van.
How are you doing, Dash Man? Happy food?
Salt and vinegar chips to the rescue.
Well, and a Red Bull.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say much about that, but yes.
Oh.
But yeah, and a Red Bull. I don't know where this day has headed.
Need a little extra energy to make it happen.
If the batteries are dead, we're going to be getting it towed, so I don't know.
Which is really sad because we were planning on going to a really cool Harvest Host that's a winery this evening. It looks beautiful. But I mean, maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. Stay tuned.
Big fan.
Dash Man, that's an intense flavor. Oh, let's block the sun for you, dude. You like it? You like the puppies?
To the office. Try to get a jump. Empty. A really nice gentleman at the campground here had a charger, so what he recommended is that we plug it in, hook it up to our battery, charge it for approximately 30 minutes, and then try to jump it from that point. So we're gonna give it 30 minutes and see what happens. Hopefully we can get the voltage up enough to get this thing started, and then once we get it started, well, then we'll take some next steps, but that's at least the first step. Unfortunately, the windshield wipers are back on again.
Okay, well, charging it didn't do any good. So now we're gonna try jumping it with the biggest thing we can find. Have we mentioned campers are the greatest people in the world? No, we don't know any, or we didn't know any of these people until, well, we got here, but they're helping us anyway.
All right, so I've got a little bit of power here, so I'm gonna get this front seat turned around because it was stuck. All right, here's what we've got going on here. Risk of rolling away. Apply parking brake. A parking brake is on. Start engine. Low range. Park. We're getting like all of the errors. This is something here. Oh, there's a wiper malfunction. Low beam left. Low beam right. Oh, it's, yeah. It's possessed. This is quite the pickle we're in. I mean, there's no way to even change it into neutral to like push it or anything. It's fully electronic. I mean, state of the art, everything.
But you tried turning it on and nothing's happening.
I tried. So you'll get a travel warning when, for instance, the side door is open, the step is out, things like that. So I wanted to just clear all of that. So I manually pulled the door in, and then the step popped in, which got rid of the travel warning, which I thought maybe would help because it did say start engine. But starting engine does this, look. Nothing. So there you go. That's where we're at.
Dash wants to try. Any dash magic? Can you turn it on?
You want to do it? Yeah? You want to give it a shot? You ready? You want to try it? You want to try it? Yeah.
Put on brake.
I mean, even without it, the heads-up display here, or the whatever you call it, central command here, no power whatsoever still. So. No.
What are you trying to do now?
Well, I saw a little battery thing on the floor here, and I figured maybe that was another way to access the secondary chassis battery, because it looks like one of them is charged, but the other one is dead to the world, and maybe that's the one required to start this thing. I'm not exactly sure, but...
Where do you see a battery thing?
Yeah?
Oh.
Right there, so...
Interesting.
Our neighbors had a tool, but there's literally nothing underneath that panel. Just more panel, so... Yeah. That's a Mercedes Sprinter thing.
Dash, are you finally getting stressed about the van? Yeah. Okay, good plan. Stress eat. Not really, this is just Dash's favorite breakfast. Some Greek yogurt, raspberries, and some chia seeds. And then you just mash it all up. And Dashman loves it. It might not be beautiful, but it is really tasty. Where are you at, Dee?
When I get quiet, it's usually not a good sign for the situation. It's just a complete, like, everything is just absolutely, it's like a system, every error across the board. I mean, even before, right before it was going out, the steps started going in and out. We had troubles with the door. We had a bunch of different issues that kind of poked their ugly head.
Over the last week.
Over the last week, yeah. And now it's just like a complete system failure. Like, we've tried every possible way to charge absolutely everything with trickle chargers and jump packs and jumper cables to, 3/4 ton trucks. That should have helped out. but nothing's even touching at this point. The good news is the windshield wipers are not on, so we got something going enough to at least turn the windshield wipers off. Well, they were already off. They were just going on because it's possessed, you know, obviously. At the end of the day, this thing is possessed. And maybe we need to buy some sage, and maybe we're just taking the wrong approach here. We need to go to one of those health food stores, get some sage, and sage it all up in there, and get out the demons. We need to exorcise the demons, I think, because there's some demons in there. There's some demons in that van, and I'm starting to go a little cuckoo, because it's just like one thing after another, and I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm at a loss for words. So the nice people at campground, because we're in a premium spot, they figured out a way to move the people that are supposed to be coming into our spot today to the spot next to us. So the good news is they found a spot for the people that are coming in today that wanted this beautiful coveted spot. I guess the bad news is they're going to be staring at us thinking, when the heck are they going to be leaving because we're in their spot? But I mean, it could be worse things. There's nothing we can do. Another positive, the auto leveler jacks are up. For some crazy reason, the auto leveler jacks lifted. The one thing that needed, like, I feel like a lot of charge, because I was gonna have to try to figure out how to like manually lift the leveling jacks, but I don't have to do that anymore. So there's that.
And in a good turn of events, Dash is getting a nap, so that's a win.
Yes, it is breakfast time, and I am saying it's beer 30. So don't judge me. Yes, we have not even had breakfast yet, or maybe Dash has. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but it's beer 30 for Dada. On another positive note, I know absolutely every malfunction error looks like on the dashboard because it literally scrolled through all 100 of them. Everything from wiper malfunctions to light malfunctions to any like braking system malfunctions to airbag malfunctions. You name it, I've seen the errors messages, so I know what they look like. I even know what color they come in. So, yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to getting an education on all the errors that are possible for Mercedes Sprinter chassis.
So what do we do next? The campground guys suggested that the local tow shop would have a computer that they could come plug into the van, and that it might be able to tell us what the errors are, like what's actually happening. And no matter what, I think it's obviously going to have to go to the shop. I don't know if it means that we're going to Vinny's next, or if we need to take it to an Airstream dealership. But the good news is that because we know ourselves and we know we're not handy, we got the ultimate premium obnoxious level package of, if anything goes wrong with your Airstream, like, it's just automatically taken care of. So we have a insurance on it that allows us to tow it 1,500 miles, and it's, well, free. It's part of the insurance. So I think no matter what, we might be taking advantage of that today. This is definitely a thing. Are you looking for the insurance information?
The warranty information.
Warranty, okay, I was wrong.
The roadside assistance, that's what it is. It's roadside assistance.
That's associated with the warranty.
It is, yeah. And maybe not necessarily like 1,500 miles. I don't necessarily know what that was. I was kind of just talking out of my butt because that's what I'm doing right now. A lot of. But it's in here somewhere.
Complete roadside assistance. You have a great day, and I'll be with you momentarily.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ashley. Are you calling from a safe location?
We are, yes. Okay, nothing. Okay. So there's two chassis batteries on the, I guess, I don't know if it's Firefly system. That sounds good. Well,
So?
learning some things. So essentially, this area up front here is only for, according to CoachNet, well, RV Complete, for jumping. And he's saying maybe we didn't have enough to jump it, but we had a 3/4 ton truck try to jump it. Either way, he's saying you can't charge the battery from here, just jump. So There is apparently a place underneath the driver's side area where you can access a battery, but I'll have to take that part apart underneath the driver's side there and try to see if I can get to the battery from there. So that is the next step. And he said if I can get to that part with the battery, then I can try to hook it up to the charger, which is what I have right here. And then hopefully it'll get it started, but it may not stay charged. So he said it would be important to get it straight to a shop in case you shut it off and it didn't start again. So that will be the next step. Okay, this is as far as I got earlier, where I just saw nothing, but apparently this is why you call a certified RV techs. Pull this out. And there's where you access the chassis battery. So now I've got to figure out how to get to that. Okay. The real question is, how does granola get underneath the carpet here?
Dash man.
Dash did it.
He looks guilty, doesn't he?
All right, it's got the panel off. There's a chassis battery. Okay. Plan will be to hook up the trickle charger that our other amazing neighbor let us borrow. By the way, camping community is the best because everybody here is trying to help us. And then we're gonna let that charge for a few hours and just see what happens.
Think this is the trickle charger thingy?
Is it? Okay. This.
We'll be going to AutoZone to get one of these, huh?
All right, there we go. Now, according to our friend, you can see right here, it's kind of hard to see here, get a little dark there. It's flashing red, but when it's green, it means it's charged. So,
How long did you say that would take?
hours,
Oh.
many hours. I think it's lunch 30. So maybe we just take a really long walk into town and grab some lunch and figure out what we're gonna do with the rest of our lives and then go from there.
Sounds like a plan to me. There's a restaurant or two we wanted to try that we haven't actually gone to yet. So let's go Wanderlocal.
But before we head to lunch, we need to head to a hardware store, and there's one here locally that I hope sells torque wrenches, because, not torque wrenches, but the torque screw things. They're kind of like Allen wrenches, but for torque screws. Because our neighbor who let me borrow his tool just left. So I basically have no way to put the floor back together at this point. And here we are once again in a situation where these are tools that I normally travel with when we have our other RV, but for which I do not have currently with us, so I'll have to buy it.
Is that it?
This is... Well, got my tools, check, so I can put the floor back together underneath the driver's side of the Sprinter van. And now it is back off to lunch because it's lunch 30. Here's Dashman over here playing with some crayons. Delicious. That looks really, really good.
Okay, that was amazing. If you ever come to Quincy, California, which is about 3 hours north of Sacramento, make sure you stop in there for food because holy moly, Morning Thunder, super delicious.
And even though it's called Morning Thunder, the lunch menu was fantastic. Honestly, the food was spectacular. So, kudos.
So, here we go. Moment of truth. What do you think? We're walking back to see if the chassis battery charged or if we're towing our butts 3 hours south to Sacramento. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that it charged because 3 hours in a tow truck
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
with a baby? Oh, that does not sound like the funnest thing we've ever done. But it would be a story. And there's that. All right, Dee just took Dash inside, and here's the ultimate test. Did it charge? Oh, come on, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. Oh, great. Still blinking red. Only way we can currently get into the van. Let's see. All right, everything's still plugged in appropriately. Dashman, did you figure out what was wrong with the van?
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, really? Okay. Whatever you just said we can't understand, and we don't understand why the van is broken, so that's a win. Are you mad about it, dude? No? Okay. Well, at least there's one of us who is still absolutely, positively pleased to be in the van. Time to drive? Dude, it looks like you're bleeding out of your mouth. Is that pomegranate juice? Did you feed the baby pomegranate juice?
Did.
That's good news, because otherwise our vampire look would be a little disturbing. Alright, so Dee checked the interior to see if we could tell from the inside if there had been any progress made as far as the battery's charging, and the answer is hard no. So the good news is I'm just going to call our RV Complete solution and let them know it didn't work, and they said they'd either send somebody out here or come to tow us. So see what they think. Dashman, are you concerned with the van not starting?
Yeah.
No, not really. You're just happy it's Sunday. Yeah. You're just happy it's the weekend. And then there's music. Sometimes the only thing that you can do is dance. But in all seriousness, I just got off the phone with the CoachNet crew, and a long story short of it is that what they 100% know is that the starter is gone, or like blown, or just not working, or out. That's a technical way to say that.
I would like to say that if the starter is out, something led to the starter going out because it didn't start that way earlier this morning, which leads me to believe there's probably some other underlying issues, but that's all speculation. We shall see soon enough. It's going to be an arduous process to figure out this whole thing.
That's speculation too. Here's 100% what we know is going to happen next. The Coach Connect crew let us know that what will happen is tomorrow at 7 a.m. this time, they are going to start calling shops in our area. And it specifically needs to go to a Mercedes dealership. So they're going to call shops. They're going to find the closest one that can do the work the fastest. They're going to call us. They're going to come get us. And they're going to tow us there. So, if you haven't started following our channel at this point and subscribed, this is a great time to do that because the amount of van dumbness that we have dealt with.
I wouldn't say it's just van dumbness. We've had some crazy stuff happen to us over the years.
Yeah, but
we
I mean,
keep it lively. We keep it
right
lively.
now, if they subscribe to our channel, it means
That's
that
true.
they're going to get notifications for the van dumbness.
That is, yeah, it's
That's what you're.
50 Shades
I'm
of crazy.
calling it. Yeah, it's definitely the van dumbness. So, if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit the little bell so you get a notification. And the next video is going to be, well, watching our butts get towed. Which, shoot, even I think that sounds interesting.
Needless to say, our life is bananas right now, and you want to see what's going to happen. So, tune in. Because we don't even know at this point.
But if you haven't already, make sure you Wanderlocal this week. Because, as you know, unlike van dumbness, it's good for the soul. We'll see you soon, friend. Okay, but this is very good for the soul. Dash.
Yeah.
Do you love to drive? Is this the greatest thing ever, dude? The van doesn't work, but you can still pretend to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you give him a wave? Can you say bye-bye, everybody? See you next time. There you have it.
Yeah.